4 aircraft are on their way to assess 2 objects that have been seen in the southern Indian Ocean, 2,500 kilometres southwest of Perth. And Stan Grant, our international editor, is with me. Stan, we saw those terrible scenes from Malaysia with regards to the families who stormed and put on a protest in a news conference. They were forcibly removed.
The Chinese families who have been concerned about the information that they've been receiving from the Malaysians. Just the day before, there were a group of people in Beijing, also family members, who were threatening to hold a hunger strike if they weren't given more information. And that has been at the heart of this, the information that has come from the Malaysian authorities, the credibility of the search itself, the information particularly in the early stages about what may have happened. And what we've seen over the past 13 days is a trickle. As more details have come out, more information has come to light, the story has gathered pace and has changed. It's taken various twists and turns. And Selena, remember only a few days ago we were talking about the potential for terrorism. There were the stolen passports, the 2 Iranian men who had boarded that plane with the stolen passports. Then there was talk of a hijacking, then investigation into the pilots themselves, and now this sighting of significant objects, 2 objects, one of them 24 metres long, the best lead they have right now, and the search to try to gather that debris and try to analyse it and see if it is related to the search. But because there has been so many different theories and so much information, and of course so much heartache and trauma for the families, the investigators are treading very warily. There was a warning once again in this press conference today to not get too far ahead of ourselves right now.
The size and the fact that there are a number located in the same area really makes it worth looking at. But I don't want to speculate about what they are until we get there and we see them. We have 4 aircraft out there this afternoon. The weather is not playing the game with us. We may get a sighting, we may not. We may get it tomorrow, we may not. But we will continue to do this until we locate those objects or we're convinced that we cannot find them.
This is John Young, the Emergency Response Division General Manager, and he was updating us there at that news conference, Selena, about these objects that have been found. So if you are just joining us, this is rolling coverage now of this extraordinary development. Some would think right now that at least a credible find of 2 objects that have been found in the southern Indian Ocean that may be related to this missing flight that has created so much speculation and gathered so much media attention over the past 2 weeks.
Well, it certainly has been the story that has kind of vanished without a trace. And for those who are awaiting news, of course, there are many awaiting news all around the world because there were passengers from all over the world. You mentioned the large number of Chinese passengers on that. We should also remember there were 6 Australians on board MH370 as well. Important to note from John Young that he mentioned about the Royal Australian Navy ship HMAS Success, that it's en route to the area as well, but it is some days away, but it would be equipped to recover any objects that might be located.
Yeah, clearly if we're going to look for any immediate breakthrough, we're not going to get one. This is a search that is in its early stages. The information is just coming to light. They've received those satellite objects. They're still being cautious about what it may mean, but it is the best lead they have right now and they're pursuing it. So we could see this, we should see this carry out over the next couple of days. It could be 2 or 3 days before we actually start to get closer to getting that debris and being able to analyse it. But this all came to light a couple of hours ago now when Prime Minister Tony Abbott first announced this to Parliament. Let's have a listen to him and then we'll go to our reporter Dan Murphy, who is in Perth and monitoring this search. But here's the Prime Minister.
I would like to inform the House that new and credible information has come to light in relation to the search for Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 in the southern Indian Ocean. The Australian Maritime Safety Authority has received information based on satellite imagery of objects possibly related to the search. Following specialist analysis of this satellite imagery, 2 possible objects related to the search have been identified. I can inform the House that a Royal Australian Air Force Orion has been diverted to attempt to locate the objects. This Orion is expected to arrive in the area at about this time. 3 more aircraft will follow this Orion they are tasked for more intensive follow-up search. I've spoken to my Malaysian counterpart, Prime Minister Najib Razak, and informed him of these developments. I should tell the House, and we must keep this in mind, the task of locating these objects will be extremely difficult, and it may turn out that they are not related to the search for flight MH370. Nevertheless, I did want to update the House on this potentially important development.